Hi, this is Mita with Best to Your Life Hypnosis and Breakthrough Coaching, and today we're going to talk about how to recognize when it's time to do some personal growth work. Personally, I feel like if you're in a human body, you're going to be doing personal growth work, whether you're aware of it or not, and it's so much easier if we're aware of it, if we embrace it, and we recognize that it's a very important part of enriching our lives, and as a result, enriching our life experience and enriching the lives around us. It opens our heart, it opens our mind and our awareness to being at our best, to be able to really present our best, to produce the results that we'd like to produce in our life, and to, be a community partner and even a global partner in ways that we hadn't even imagined. One key indicator that it might be time to do some personal growth work is that feeling of being stuck. We all experience this in our lives at time to time. And really, it's actually something to be excited about, because if we're feeling stuck, that could mean that our life is telling us that there's opportunity for growth, that maybe we've outgrown some of those old behavior patterns. And we'll know that because we start looping by doing the same old behaviors, getting the same old results that just don't really serve us any longer. We want to move, grow, move through our life with greater success, whether it's in relationship to ourselves, relationship to others, relationship to our environment and our experience in this world. And when we're getting stuck, it could be an indication that we're getting ready to make a big change. And that is actually very exciting. So beginning to embrace that as, oh, okay, I might have some personal growth work to do here. It might be time to look into hiring a coach. It might be time to get some more skills to add to my toolkit in order to support my growth to the next level. So, old behavior patterns can keep us from growing. And when we have outgrown those behavior patterns of the past, we often can feel stuck. So, another indication that we might need to do some personal growth work is our personal relationships don't seem to be working out very well. Whether it's with a significant other, whether it's with family, maybe it's with our work peers or a manager. If you're feeling victimized by life all the time, or, oh, this person did that to me, this person did that to me, that person did that, and I just don't seem good at it. Well, remember, when you're pointing the finger at someone else, there's always 3 fingers pointing back at you. And we have to remember that, because that could be an indication that there's time to do some personal growth work. That means becoming more self-aware of our behavior patterns, our thought patterns, the way that we're expressing our emotions or not expressing our emotions. Another important indicator would be, are we fighting a lot? Do we have a lot of conflict in our relationships or in relationship with ourselves? Is there a lot of conflict, a lot of self-judgment, a lot of, negative self-talk, which can be very harmful and completely interrupt us from achieving our goals? If there's no clarity, if there's no clarity or healthy communication in our relationship to ourselves or to others in our life. That's another very, very important indication that it's time to do some personal growth work. You know, there's a saying that our external environment is just a reflection of our internal environment. So what is going on in our world gives us the opportunity to really come back into our internal environment, into that space within ourselves, to look and see, is there something for me to understand? Is there something for me to see about myself? An opportunity to grow, an opportunity to discover something that I didn't know before. Another key indicator might be lack of motivation to achieve goals or a specific goal. It might be self-sabotage. Every time you start to achieve that goal, oh, something blows up. Or maybe you get distracted and go down another path, and then all of a sudden wake up 2 or 3 months later, and it's like, oh, what happened? I was so close to achieving that goal and completely got sidetracked, which is a mild or very severe form of self-sabotage, depending on what the distraction or distractions were or are. Another indicator might be that people are blatantly telling you that you need to get your self together. And if you're constantly getting that message, like, hey, you know, you could lose your job if you don't get your shit together. You know, you could lose your relationship if you don't get yourself together. I mean, that's a pretty blatant indicator that, hey, it's time to do some personal growth work. And we all have the opportunity to do personal growth work at many junctures in our life. And it is one of the most empowering investments that you can make in yourself, because it will take some extra time. It will take a financial investment. It will take an emotional investment. Change is a very important part of our lives. It's an important part of our universe. It's happening all the time. And either we can embrace that and we can move with the rhythm and flow of that, or we can resist it and fight it. And sometimes that resistance and that fighting of it is beneficial for a while. There can be a lot to learn in resisting change and growth, in resisting having more awareness around something. It can be a useful tool for a while until it becomes not useful. And you know, it's important to honor that. I think, you know, that resistance and unacceptance, it can be a phase, a useful phase. You know, maybe your life isn't satisfying to you. That could be an indicator that it's time to do some personal growth work. Like, things just don't seem alive or bright or fun, or not piquing your curiosity about life anymore. Maybe it even feels toxic. You know, when you start to feel that lack of luster in your life, that lack of shimmer, that is definitely an indicator that there might be some personal growth work to do. Maybe you need to reestablish what your core values are in your work. What are your core values in a relationship, or, you know, in your life in general? that can be hugely beneficial to discover your core values. And through proper coaching, that can be a wonderful tool to help keep you on track, to help reverse some of those self-sabotaging tendencies as well. You know, recognizing again that if you're feeling victimized or feeling like, oh gee, my life just isn't good, life gave me, a bummer, I have bad karma or whatever, those are belief systems, those that can have been taken on. They could have been imprinted from the time you were very little. Belief systems that aren't serving your best and highest good anymore. And those can be reframed through wonderful processes to help you open and release the baggage that's behind those. So often we start stuffing down traumas, hurtful words that we maybe got from our parents or teachers or peers, or we heard from our family members. We start stuffing down hurtful experiences because we don't want to feel them, because they just feel like they'd be too overwhelming to feel. But we have emotions for a very important reason. And in those emotions and feeling those emotions and being able to effectively express them in a healthy manner is an important tool that we can learn in breakthrough coaching. And also, using hypnosis, NLP tactics, breakthrough coaching, and strategic intervention processes, growth that in the past may have taken 300 talk therapy sessions may be able to be done in 10 sessions, or 20 sessions, or maybe 6 sessions. A good coach with experience and tools that they can share with you will be able to assess, about how long it may take for you in that first consultation that you have with your coach. That's a very important discovery time in that first consultation. And usually it's free. And it's very important for you to be able to feel out that person that you're thinking about having coaching with, and see if it's a good fit, really see if it's a good fit. And I'm going to leave a link below and at the end of this video on what are the things that you should look for in finding the right coach for you. Another thing is, what are your stress levels? You may need some strategic coaching because your stress levels in your life seem like they've gotten out of control. They might seem overwhelming, and the stress and anxiety levels may have risen to the point where you feel like you don't have any tools to deal with them, or there was a traumatic event that you need some more tools and information on how to deal with your life now, how to deal with your relationships now, because something's changed. You've gone through some kind of rite of passage or some kind of traumatic event that you're needing to navigate through and to find your way through. And that's when having a coach can be so supportive. One of the greatest things that I found over 30 years working in holistic healthcare and body-mind therapies is, bottom line, It's learning how to deal with the stress and anxieties of life, and learning that there are tools and extremely effective methods of how to deal with them. And, there's different layers and levels of coaching and personal growth. There's, people that are starting out for the very first time. Maybe they're just thinking about it. Maybe they're having some resistance to it. Or maybe they just are so tired with the way things have been playing out in their life, and they really recognize that it's time to get some personal growth tools, get some coaching, get some help and some support. Maybe there's also a level of people who have been doing their personal growth work for many, many, many years. And they have acquired tools, and they have worked through a lot of things in their life and improved their life in so many ways. And yet they hit a plateau and feel like it's time for some more personal growth work. Like, oh, there's something else that's come up and I need some support. I embrace that that's what's up for me. And so I'm going to search out the right coach for me for this point of what I want to learn, whether it's improving my skills as a manager in my business and with my employees, whether it's I need better communication skills, I need better relationship skills, or even just tools on how to find a good partner. And that all starts in here. It all starts with doing our personal growth work so that we can clear out all those things that have been stuffed down inside for so long, so that we can open up to attract the right career, the better job, that we can attract the most suitable partner and environment to live in, to find our personal joy. Those so many things that coaching can provide. So if you've been thinking about coaching, or if you've had some coaching, I'd like to know about how your experience was. If you're thinking about getting some coaching, there's information down below. And if you'd like to schedule an appointment, there's a link to my page where you can schedule an appointment for a discovery call, and we can talk to each other, and you can find out if we're a good fit and you'd like to move forward with some things in your life. Getting help, seeking support is never a sign of weakness. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It takes a brave and courageous person to recognize that, hey, I can't do this all. And you know what? You're not meant to do it all yourself. None of us are meant to have all the answers and to be able to do it all on our own. We're here to help each other and to exchange tools and information. And a good coach recognizes that you have the skills and abilities that you need within you, that you have within you tools that you haven't even discovered yet, and skills and abilities that you've never been led to believe that you had. You are far greater than you've ever been led to believe, and a good coach will help you open into that knowingness that you are a good person and that you can succeed.